I used to think to myself that most of the time I'm actually not going to remember most of this suffering. And so I'll give you a really, really tactical version of this. So if you've ever accidentally drank too much and you're throwing up, right? And you're like, this is terrible. I remember thinking to myself, like the first time that happened, I was like, I probably won't remember very much of this. And I was like, well, that's kind of refreshing. And so most of this suffering, when I look back on this, will be very, very short in terms of the memory, even though this may be 4 hours of me wrapped around a toilet. In thinking about this, it's like a lot of the suffering that we have to endure, we actually only remember as a moment, even though it may have lasted hours and days and months. There's just these highlight reels or these reverse highlight miserable moments that we remember. And so I think a lot about the concept of moments because we actually don't remember most of our lives, which is like very wild to consider. Like most of our lives are not recorded and we don't remember it. It just vanishes into nothing. All we have are these discrete moments that we just choose to ascribe to memory. That means that in the moment when something's good, I can think to myself, remember this. Try and demarcate this moment. And equally opposite, if something is bad, I can just be like, you know what? Maybe I'm going to compress this one, right? Like I'm going to choose to just be like, you know what? It was a brief moment when it might have been a month of just absolute misery. And I know that I'm going to look back on 2025 and just be like, tough year, right? And then that's going to be it. But the thing is like, if I didn't go out this year and ask other people for help, I might make 2025, 2026, and 2027 all terrible years. And I would prefer to not have that happen. What's interesting is that sometimes the people who have the hardest time asking for help are people who start to become successful. Maybe some of you in the beginning were easy to ask for help, but then you got the identity of becoming successful. And then everyone around you gave you all the accolades, gave you all the status, and now you're puffed up. So you can't be perceived as less than. For me, I still to this day am willing to pay in time, pay in money, or pay in favors to do whatever I have to do in order to get other people to help me. Because you will be rewarded far more in life for your determination than your intelligence. And the problem is that determination just looks like a long string of failures until it works. You are rewarded for being able to endure the long string of failures more than you're rewarded for your intellect at avoiding them. Because the thing is that suffering is guaranteed. You sticking it out is not. And so my TLDR on this is that you have to incur risk, period. You will fail, period. The only thing that people remember over the long term, and often the only thing you will remember, is whether you won or not. And so do whatever it takes to win, because you're probably only going to remember snippets of it, and everyone else isn't even thinking about it to begin with. With that, have an amazing Tuesday. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Bye.